February 26th, 2021. And hopefully a short video about how to set up your strings and your cables before you install them. And to recheck them is a good idea. So you may have to take them back off. You're going to need bowstring wax. Something small diameter that's really stiff, like a bow square. No bendy. Make sure it don't bend. Now these cables and string, I've already straightened out the serve. The way you straighten out your serve, be all bent like that. You just manually go in there. Try to take the bend out of your serve and straighten it up so that all your cables and strings, the serves are fairly straight on. You gotta do them all. Don't just do one. That's just an example of one. This is my main string. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. These two cables. You want to wax them real good. And the reason you wax these is so that when you twist them up and adjust them, they stay there. They stay in place. They don't come unraveled. You don't have to twist them. You can run them as straight as you want. This is where this thing comes in. You're going to take these cables. After you straighten the serves and wax them, you're going to run this bow square through here. These are old used cables, so you're going to pull them down tight, and then you're going to check and see if they're basically the same length. So you're going to look for tension and looseness. That one's loose, that one's loose, that one's loose, that one's tight. So I got one tight bow limb end. The other three are loose. Now you can go 2 or 3 ways with this. Let's see if it's got a twist in it. It's done twisted a little bit. Make it longer. Stick your bow square back in there. Line them up. Put some tension on them. Check and see if they're still loose. That one's still tight. So for some reason that one's really tight. Got all 3 of these out here that are loose. You can do these separately, but I recommend doing them all 4 at the same time. What we're going to do here is we're going to put some twist in that. We'll slide that one down. Put some tension on it. See if it's tight. That one's loose now. See? Of course, you got to be careful to hold it nice and level. Put a little twist on this one. Slide it down over there. Still loose. Those 2 are pretty close. That one's actually a little bit looser. Just get them even. You got to get them even. If you do not do this, your bow limb is going to be twisting every time you shoot. The end of your bow limb is not going to land evenly, and you're going to have an issue. Those feel pretty good. Finally. That one's still a little bit tight. You must have went the wrong way. Try it that way. Trust me, you can get confused about which way you're twisting them. That's how sensitive it is. We'll start with this one over here. Well, that's loose. Still loose. Still loose. Now she's starting to tighten up a little bit. There we go. Now we got 3 tight ones. Fairly tight, fairly even. I think you get the picture. You got the picture? Make them all the same length. You can tell when they're loose. You can tell when they're tight. Put some tension on them. There we go. This can take a little while. Now when you remove the square and they're all done, you notice that they don't spin. They don't come unraveled. You've got your adjustment held in place with the wax. And yeah, you have a mark. At least I do for this bow. That's my measurement for my string length, which I didn't show you that, but it's pretty much the same thing. You twist it tighter, twist it loose on your main part of the cable to get your length. And you can see that they're really pretty close. These are the strings I took off the bow that I restrung. And that's the way it works on this bottom one. You see that little black mark right there? Now, this bow had some issues. I was having issues with it shooting, so as you can see, it looks like it's stretched about 1/4 of an inch. Most bowstring damage is going to be up here in your knock area. That's where they like to come apart, where you're shooting the air from, the knock point. And all you got to do to adjust this is after you straighten out all this serving material, get it as straight as possible. All 3 of them, the one in the middle and the one on the other cam. You're going to take this string, see which way it twists. And you're going to start twisting it, twisting it, twisting it, twisting it. Work your wax in when you're getting close till you get your measurement. Work your wax in good. Pull it. Make sure it's not going to... I always like to set them about 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch short, because when they get fully stretched out, that's probably going to be really close to what you want. Now that wax is going to hold that right there. It did twist a little bit. It's trying to twist a little bit. Let's see if we can get rid of that. I'm going to step up here and rub the wax in on the upper part. Let's see if we can get her to stay in place. If you don't use the wax, your string's just going to unwind on you. It's going to be wherever it wants to go. Well, I hope this helps you set up your strings and your cables. Obviously, there's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet and not the right videos. God bless.